for God, YHWH, which people sometimes say is pronounced Yahweh, which is definitely wrong. And it can't be pronounced Yahweh because it would be stressed on the second syllable, weh, and it wouldn't be a long R, it would be an A, and it would have to have the H, that's the third letter, actually pronounced. So if you want to do it correctly, and let's remember this is a scholarly reconstruction, it would be Yahweh, Yahweh.
Okay, we want to give all praises to Yahawah, Shem Yahawashai.
Barakatah Yahawashai. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawashai.
All right, brother. So with that, we're gonna say Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawashai. Barakatah Yahawashai.
I guess I'll say shalom to you, brothers. Yahawah Shem Yahawashai Barakatam.
Shalom. Shem Yahawashai Barakatam. Shalom. Yahawah Shem Yahawashai Barakatah.
Yahweh.
Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashai.
All right, Shalom, Makiam. We want to say Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawashai.
Barakatah Yahawashai.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawashai.
Barakatah Yahawashai.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawashai.
Barakatah Yahawashai.
To Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashai.
You know, your body is a security on the New York Stock Exchange.
Right,
Well,
right.
A lot of people don't know that.
The birth
Your actual
certificates are
body.
traded.
Yeah, it's being traded every day. Your body is being bought and sold around the world and traded on stock exchanges around the world. And but happily, that's not important because it has nothing to do with football. And so, well, I mean, it's true. It has nothing to do with anything that's of importance like basketball and Britney Spears or any of the silly nonsensical games that people play. I'm just interested in the real world.
Well, you're talking
where
about
the real people operate. I'm interested in knowing who is owning us in our bodies. Who owns your body? Who controls your country? Where are you going? And I always say to Christians, if you think for 1 minute that when you die you're going to go before God and you're going to be judged before God, then my suggestion to you is that you had better start thinking about what you're going to say when you're before God and you find out that you never knew the truth about anything ever, and that you were deceived by the great deceiver. Because you're telling me that Satan is a very big deceiver. He's the master deceiver who can deceive. The whole world can be deceived by him except you. And the whole world is standing in the power of the wicked one. Satan, the devil, is the great deceiver who deceives all the nations of the people of the world except your church in Alabama. And that's the only one that he didn't get. And I'm thinking to myself, so when you die, and if you're going to go before your God, you're going to look like a 5-year-old that's been caught doing something by the father. And your father's going to be looking at you, and you know he found you out. So now you're trying to kick the pebbles on the ground and put your hand in your pocket and kind of act dumb like you didn't know what you were doing and try and come up with some kind of an excuse that he will buy. And so I tell Christians, get ready for that. Because when you wake up on the other side after you die and you're before your God, you're going to find out that you were lied to from day one. You never, ever came close to knowing what was going on. So now you're going to have to explain to God how you got to be so damn stupid. Because if you're an adult and you don't know by now what's going on, then you're not supposed to know.
Right.
You know how many people go to church and don't even know where the word church comes from? And how many people talk about Jesus Christ and have no idea in the world what the word Christ means?
There is one in particular that seems especially interesting. Its leaders were called the Bishops of Christ, and they began singing their worship long before the name Jesus of Nazareth was ever written. As they sang their cherished hymns, the blessed name upon their lips was that of their holy Savior, Serapis Christ. Who was Serapis Christ, and where did he come from? The god Serapis began as a redeeming savior of Egypt, where his cult originated centuries before the dawn of the Roman Empire. The cult of Serapis evolved from a number of religious and philosophical traditions, but its initial roots ultimately stretch back to the cults of the savior god, Osiris, and Memphis's bull god, Apis.
A few certain points I want to make based on this video here. If you call the Lord Christ, as the IUIC does, then you're really worshiping Serapis. You're worshiping Serapis. Okay?
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call God, in Jesus Christ, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi.